Hi, my name is John Saville, and in this very quick video I want to just walk through the new preview portal in Azure, codename Ibiza. Now if you've used Azure in the past, you're used to the current portal. This is it's actually the V2 portal, and I mean it's great, it's easy to kind of see information, but as Azure has grown, there's more and more different sort of things we have to scroll through on the navigation pane to get our information. So it can kind of become troublesome to use. And also when I think about it, let's say I want to create a new virtual machine, for example. So I get this wizard come up, and then maybe I select the VM I want to create, and then I would fill in the various details. And then it's like, well actually I want to go and check something. I want to go back, maybe look at my storage accounts, look at my networks. Well, I can't do that without actually kind of cancelling. So I have to come out of it and then sort of go back and I have to restart. So I can't have kind of multiple different activities going on at the same time. The new preview portal changes that. And you can kind of see this is the start board. So this is where I am if I just log in for the first time. And obviously with the rest of Windows, it's kind of tile based. I can see I have these sort of various tiles on my screen. I have a marketplace. I can kind of see what's new. I can jump back to the old portal. I can get help and support. It gives me an overview of my service help, so I can see all the Azure regions and their overall help, and I can click on that and get more details. You can see on this corner here, I have this kind of hub menu. So I have kind of a home tile, I have a notifications hub, a browse hub. I can see what's active. So if you used this in the past, you may have seen journeys. So journeys were renamed to kind of active. But the idea here is, well, let's say I am performing some activity, and actually, hey, I want to go and check something else or go and do something else. I can come back to where I was in that certain journey, that activity I was taking. I can go and see my billing information. And one of the things I really like around sort of this active or the journeys, if I had previously done something, even if I logged out and logged in again, it will maintain kind of those list of active things I have going on. You see I have the new button down here so I can actually go and navigate to things. If I go to the browse tile, it opens up the browse hub. I can see things I've done recently. I can filter by certain types of resources in Azure. I can jump to things like help and support, the marketplace, portal settings, service help, so it gives me quick access. Or hey, I just want to go and look at everything. And you'll see when I opened up that everything, it opened up this. So this is actually a new blade, and that's really the focus around how we use this new portal. It opens blades. I select something because I want to do something. It gives me these blades, and I can minimize, I can maximize, I can go and pin it, for example, to the start board. I'm going to close that. And instead, to kind of show the idea of this, I'm just going to go ahead and browse. And I want to go ahead and look at my virtual machines. So this is now opening a blade for my virtual machines. So you can see I have two virtual machines kind of running here. If I kind of select one of them, it opens another blade for that virtual machine. You can see I have various actions I can perform. I have core essentials about that virtual machine. I can minimize that. I see this monitoring lens, and the lens has parts in it. So there's a sort of CPU percentage today part, there's disk read and write parts. I can kind of scroll through this. I can see kind of my usage. I can see operations. So there's various different lenses within this interface. So the monitoring lens, I have a usage lens, I have an operations lens. And again, I can go and select into one of these, maybe my pricing tier. If I select that, it now opens up the pricing tier blade. So again, new ways I can go and look at the information. That's all kind of how this is built, giving me this information. And I could kind of minimize this down, I can maximize it, I can close this thing, I don't want to see that. Maybe this is really useful, this machine is critical to me. So I can say actually I want to pin that to my start board. So now if I go back, if I actually go home, what I'll now see is that it's been pinned to the start board. And I might decide, you know what, I don't want that. So what I can do is I can kind of right click and I can unpin. I can customize it. And I can customize all of that. And this is a great part of this. So let's say this service health tile, maybe this is really important to me. I can kind of right click and say customize. you can then see I can unpin it, or I hit these 3 dots, and I can change the look of it. Hey, maybe I want it bigger. I want to see in more information the service itself. I want that more sort of front and center. Or do you know what? Actually, I kind of put it back. Is that 2 by 1? No, it's too small. But I can mess around until, there we go. Then we get back to our original. And now I'm done editing. So I kind of hit that done button, and I'm good. If I think about going back again, so if I go to my active, you can now see, hey, there's that journey I was on. Even though I exited it, I can actually come back to it. So I'm going to go back to my virtual machine. So kind of here's that VM again. I can customize this. And what's great here is I can do add parts. So if I do add parts, it's going to open up a new lens of the resource, the part gallery. So I can add very specific things I want. I can go add things about IP addresses, disk reader write, networking out, estimated spend. So I can really customize. That's a great thing about the new preview portal, is I can totally change the information it gives me. What I care about, I can kind of make front and center. I can even pin individual parts of this to the start board. So if I close that down, maybe I care a lot about this part. So if I do edit here, I can say pin. And what that will actually do is pin that. So you see I've got a notification, I'll click done, I actually hit it twice. If I now go to home, what I now see is, oh, let me click that, let's close that. I've now got that CPU percentage over here. So I actually pinned it to my start screen. I did it twice, so I have it twice. But I can just right click, unpin. Unpin. I could do edit chart, I could change what it's showing me. So it just really gives an overview of this new portal. We have our start board, we have kind of our hub over here, our hub menu, we have the various different hubs available to us. When I select one of these things, I get a new blade. The blade has various lenses, different parts of activity, and then there's parts within there that I can go and select. And the idea is that I can move between these. I can have lots of different things open, and through the active I can go back, and without losing any sort of context in what I'm doing, without losing any progress, I can jump back and forth very, very easily. So that was a very, very quick overview of the preview portal. It's still changing, it is in preview, so this is not final, but hopefully try it out, play around with those customizations, and that's a high level overview. Thank you.